Hi everyone, it's Stacy. Thank you for coming on this yoga leap with me. Welcome back if you've been practicing with me, and welcome to anyone new finding the videos for the first time maybe. You can see I have my chair there in the background. Today I'm actually going to stay in the chair for the most part. We're going to be working on some chair sun salutations. So we'll do our warm up, we'll flow through some sun salutations. If you're not practicing with the chair, you can do the sun salutations either low on your knees and staying nice and supported on your hands and knees, or you can flow through standing sun salutations with downward dog and upward dog and anything you're familiar with. But like I said, I'll be staying in the chair today. Other than that, we'll flow through some other poses and stretches and twists, and we'll just have a nice yoga flow. So with that, I'll meet you back in the chair and we'll get started. Okay, so no matter where you are going to be practicing, let's spend some time settling in there. If it's in the chair with me, you want to make sure that you can plant your feet on the floor. If you need and have access to a block, it's a nice way to bring the floor up to you, especially depending on what type of chair you're in. It might be nice to bring the floor a little closer. I might keep this block handy, but I'll just push it over to the side. I can reach the floor with my feet in this chair that I'm in. My chair is a little wobbly and it's open on the side. So again, depending on the type of chair you have, making any adjustments that will make your practice feel more comfortable. If you have a back to your chair to begin with, maybe you want to scooch back and have the back of the chair support you, but we still want to be very sort of upright, active, and open through the body so that we can find nice deep breaths for our warm-up. With all that said, let's go ahead and get started with bringing our hands down to our lap, our knees, maybe resting one on belly and one on heart center, wherever you feel comfortable. Palms can be turned down. That will help bring the energy level down. So depending on the type of energy you're looking for and the time of day that you're practicing, maybe you want to bring that energy level down. If you're looking to invite energy, feel free to turn the palms upwards. So finding the positioning for the hands and feet. And then if it's comfortable, closing the eyes. If not, maybe just turning the gaze down towards the floor, finding something nice and still to rest the gaze on, just so we can start to turn our attention inward towards our breath, our physical body. See how we're feeling. If there are any areas that feel really good, you could spend a bit of time focusing on that, sending your breath there. Or likewise, if there are any areas that feel a little stiff or not as good, you could maybe spend a bit of time sending breath and awareness to those places as well, just with the gentle thoughts of taking care of our bodies in both the spaces that feel good and not so good. So just scanning the body from head to toe and toe to head. Don't forget to scan the arms and the back and the front of the body. And then maybe even noticing the breath, so the physical elements of the breath, the temperature, the speed of the breath, how deep or shallow is the breath in the body. And as always, there's no right or wrong answer. We're just noticing, trying to spend a few moments here putting aside thoughts of the day, thoughts of what is behind us, thoughts of what's to come. And just trying to land here in this space for the next half hour, 40 minutes for yourself. If setting an intention is part of your practice, go ahead and choose a word or a short phrase that you can repeat to yourself. It can be something like, I am present, I am grounded, I am strong, I am happy, I am sad, I am tired, anything that resonates with you today. And when you find that your thoughts maybe start to drift away from the practice, you can use both your breath work and that little motto, that little mantra you've created to come back to the present. When we feel ready, we can start to flutter the eyes open, bringing our gaze back to the space, the surroundings. Maybe we can start to bring a bit of movement to the breath as well. Let's start with our cat-cow. If the hands are not turned down, let's turn them down to our lap. And if you are practicing on the floor, you maybe want to roll onto all fours, hands and knees, and we'll take a big inhale. If you're on the floor, drop the belly down towards the floor, lift the heart space up towards the ceiling, finding a nice curve in the spine, opening up through the front side body, whether we're on the floor or in the chair. This is our inhale here. And as we exhale, we'll start to round through the spine. So maybe even pressing into the thighs here to splay the shoulder blades and find that rounding of the spine. And then inhale, pull that heart space through. And then exhale, round. We'll find a little bit of this movement as well in our sun salutations. So we're warming up. Inhale and exhale. Moving through the whole length of the spine. Drawing in nice deep inhales and exhales. Let's do a couple more here. And then we'll inhale, come back to a neutral spine. So just sitting up nice and tall. Let's come into a nice gentle twist. Maybe you need to scoot yourself around in your chair. I just needed to make a bit of room because we're gonna twist over towards the left here. So first of all, we're gonna root down through the sit bones, find a nice tall spine, and we're gonna twist through belly, chest, and shoulders. And the left hand's gonna come behind. So again, depending on the chair, maybe grabbing onto the back of the chair for support as the right arm comes across the body. And we can just gently press ourselves into this twist a little more. If you're on the floor, maybe pushing the left hand into the floor, helping find that length and deepen the twist on the exhale. So inhale to find length. And then exhale, see if we can twist a little deeper. Let's do another one. One more. Let's inhale, release, come through center. Before we go to the other side, let's inhale, sweep our arms up overhead. We'll exhale and draw the hands through heart center and rest them down on the lap. Good. We'll take another big inhale as we find that length, and we'll start to twist through belly, ribs, and shoulders as this time the right hand comes behind and either presses into the floor to help us find that length or finds the back of the chair or maybe the side of the chair. As the left hand comes across, finds the outside of opposite knee. So we want to stay grounded and rooted through the hips here. On our inhale, we'll grow nice and tall. Exhale, we'll twist a little deeper. Inhale with a little help from the hands guiding. We'll twist a little deeper on the exhale. Inhale one more time, find that length, sitting up nice and tall and even. Exhale, good. Let's come around to the front. Let's take a few breaths through center. Inhale, exhale, good. Again. And one more time. And rest our hands down on our lap. Let's just step the feet a little wider and scooch to the edge of our chair. We're going to come into the forward fold or child's pose. If you're on the floor, go ahead and send the hips back over the heels and bring the forehead down to the mat. Find your child's pose. If you're in the chair here, we're doing a forward fold / child's pose. So let's take a big inhale here, and then we're going to fold forward and we're going to melt down. Hands can reach down to the floor. Or again, maybe you have the block here, bringing the floor a little closer to you. And you can stay with this nice tall spine. It's a bit more of a forward fold, or melt down and find a rounded spine, creating that child's pose sensation. Hands can rest wherever they feel comfortable. They might even be up here on our knees, supporting our low backs. Wherever feels good, we're going to stay here. One more big inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, we'll roll all the way back up to the seated. Good, let's just do a couple side stretches here. Let's take a big inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, we're gonna let the left hand come down. Now, if you're on the floor, it might be resting on the floor. If you're in the chair, maybe just finding a bit of support on the chair as the right arm reaches up and over. So again, if you've got a bit of a wobbly chair like me and you need a bit of a wider stance so that you don't fall off the chair, which has happened to me, go ahead and just find that wider stance, finding our our side bend here. And come up through center, inhale, and exhale. This time right arm goes down, finds the support we need. Exhale, left arm up and over. Come on up, sweep the arm up, inhale, and exhale, hands through center and back down to our lap. Awesome. All right, let's start to flow through our sun salutations. We'll do 3 or 4 or 5 rounds, whatever feels good, to create a bit of warmth and also a bit of that flow, and hopefully get into a bit of a flow state of mind where you're just moving and feeling good. It doesn't have to look perfect. It doesn't have to be the perfect sequence. We just want to find a bit of a rhythm and a bit of a flow with our breath as well. And we don't often do sun salutations in this class, so I thought we'd try them in the chair today. So I encourage you, if you are standing or taking these sun salutations low on your knees and you've never done them in the chair and you have a chair available, to maybe give them a try, just to create that sense of newness in your brain and in your understanding of sun salutations. So for those of us in the chair, I'm just going to move forward a little bit on my chair, plant my feet down, and we're going to take a few breaths finding our mountain pose. So plant the feet, hands can rest on the lap. We'll just take a few moments to recenter. Take a few deep breaths, maybe checking in with our motto, our mantra: I am present, I am grounded, I am energy, I am here. And then when we're ready, we'll move through one really slowly. And then we can just build up the momentum. So to begin with, let's take a big inhale, sweep the arms up. As we exhale, we'll start to hinge forward, coming into a forward fold. Again, the block might be here in between the feet to bring the ground up, or not. Whatever feels good. You can use the knees or shins as we forward fold. This is our exhale here. As we inhale, we're going to go up halfway. We're going to find a long spine. So the hands drag up the shins, shoulders roll down and back. We have a nice, tall, strong spine and core here. This is our inhale. And then we exhale, we forward fold again, melt down, round down. On the next inhale, we're going to come all the way up. So we're going to start to hinge up, and we're going to draw the right knee up with us as we inhale and lift our heart space up. Hands can reach behind the knee or in front of the knee to lift and open. Inhale here, exhale, round down, keep the knee lifted, draw the knee towards the face. Feel the core engage and round through the spine. And then we'll release the foot and inhale, sweep the arms up. And then exhale, forward fold again. So coming down, let the head drop, let it all out. And then we'll inhale, come up halfway. So find that nice tall spine here. We're using the core, using the shoulder blades down the back, and then exhale, round down again. That's our exhale. On our inhale, we'll start to lift up, hinge up, and this time drawing left leg up as we open up through the heart center. Again, hands can come behind or in front of the knee. And then as we exhale, keep drawing the knee in. This time round down through the spine, connect forehead to knee. Inhale, let the leg go, let the arms go, sweep the arms up. And then we'll draw the hands through heart center and rest them down on our lap, or keep them in prayer or over the heart center for a breath. So that's kind of one round. We did right and left side, collecting our thoughts here, tapping into our breath so that we can start to move through our sun salutations with the rhythm of our breath. Let's take one more here. All right, let's begin. So release the hands, inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, let's forward fold. So you can move at your own pace, just moving with the breath. Inhaling to come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold again. Inhale, drawing the right knee up with your inhale and open up through front side body. Exhale, keep the knee drawn in, round down, round through the spine. Inhale, open up by lowering leg, lifting arms. And then exhale, swan dive down again. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, drawing the left leg up. Hands in front or behind the knee. Open up, lift the heart space on the inhale. And then draw the knee towards the forehead. Exhale, round. Inhale to lift and open. And this time we'll exhale the hands through heart center. They can rest here on the heart space or down in the lap. We'll stay for a breath. And when we're ready, we'll flow again. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to come up halfway. Find that long spine. Reach the heart space forward. Exhale, melt down. Inhale, draw right knee in. Open up. Exhale, round. Keep the knee tucked in. Draw it in. Feel the core. Feel the rounding. And then release to inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. We're building that heat and that momentum. We'll draw left knee in on our inhale as we open up, lift the heart. Exhale to round down. Inhale, lower the leg, lift the arms, and we'll come through center this time, resting at heart space or down on our lap. Good, we're gonna flow through a couple more rounds here. It's building nice momentum. We're really getting into the flow. Let's inhale. Always moving with your own breath. Exhale. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, lower. Inhale, draw right knee. As we open up through the heart space, keep right knee. Exhale, round. Open up, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg comes up, open up. Exhale, round, left knee draws in. Open up, inhale. Hands through heart center, we're gonna keep going, last round. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, round. Inhale, draw right knee in. Open up, exhale, round, draw right knee in again. Release to inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale. Inhale, that left leg comes up, open up. Exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale, hands through heart center. Find your mountain pose. Eyes can remain open or closed. Find a few rounds of breath. Just notice the heat we've built. Maybe noticing that you made it through 5 or 6 rounds of sun salutations without even noticing. You got into that state of flow with your breath and movement. And when we're ready, let's flutter the eyes open. Good. All right. Let's go into a few stretches. So repositioning on the chair if we need. We're going to start with a nice a wide leg forward fold. So stepping the feet nice and wide. Those forward folds we're doing in the sun sals were kind of a bit more closed. We're going to just start to open up through the hips a little bit. So take a big inhale here, fold forward. Let the head be heavy. The hands can stay supporting. They can come down to the block or floor. Or if you feel comfortable in your chair or if you're standing, you may even want to grab onto opposite elbows, depending on the positioning of where you are. I like a bit of support when I'm in the chair. So I'm placing my hands down. Again, you might have your block here, and that just brings the ground a little closer to you. All right, from here, let's walk over to the left side. See if we can, how far we can walk over to the left, staying relatively balanced on our hips here. and creating a bit of a side stretch. Sort of reaching the hand across the body to the outside of the foot. And then we'll inhale through center and walk all the way around to the other side. Staying seated, or maybe you're standing, reaching beyond the outside of the right foot this time, side stretch. We'll come back through center here, and using the hands on the knees as support, let's round all the way back up. Good. Let's come into a bit of an open twist. So while we have this nice wide stance, let's come into an open twist. So we're going to take an inhale here. We're going to lean forward a little bit just so we can see if we can release one hand against the leg. So I've got my left hand released against the left leg, still seated nice and evenly on the sit bones. We can stay here with a bit of support on the right hand, right knee, and help our twist by pressing into the knee, or we can sweep the right arm up, reaching up towards the ceiling, finding a big twist here. It's a bit of an open twist. As you can see, we're twisting into this open space. Holding here, still breathing. If the arm overhead is too much, but you're ready to take it off the foot, you could bring it behind the back and just roll that top shoulder open. That's a nice way to twist open as well. We've just got another couple breaths. I know we've been here a while already. All right, let's come on out of it so we can bring ourselves upright, shake it out. Maybe even take a big inhale through center, exhale, release. Let's lean forward again using the left hand as support. This time we'll release our right hand. See if we can press right hand into right foot, and either helping the twist by pressing into the left knee, or reaching the left arm up, or tucking it behind, rolling the shoulder open. I actually like having my arm behind. It helps me really keep the shoulder open. I find when my arm is lifted like this, I tend to, without noticing it, start to cave in. So never be afraid to bring the arm down, reach behind, roll the shoulder open. You're still getting a nice twist. Stay for a couple more breaths here. All right, let's bring that hand back down for support as we press up. Come through center, unwind, inhale and exhale. Let's step the feet in, and this time we're going to come into a closed twist. So we're going to keep the feet close together, planting them on the mat. Take a big inhale here. We're going to lean forward rather. Our hands can come off the knees. We can stay on the knees for support. And we're going to twist over towards the right. And this time we're not trying to hook our elbows. We're going to come to that twist. But to begin with here, we're just twisting over towards the right. And then we're going to splay the arms open and try to reach this left hand across the body towards the outside of the right foot. As again, we reach the left arm. Oh my gosh, I got the wrong. We reach the left arm and right arm up, and we're twisting. It's trying to stay nice and even on the hips. If the big wingspan is too much, as always, bring the arm down, roll the shoulder open. It's like you're taking this right hand and trying to hook it into the left hip socket here. So we're in a big twist, folding forward. So now we can see we're twisting towards like the closed legs. A bit more of a closed twist, a little less space. A little more compression in the belly. Stay for another breath. All right, let's come on up. We can use a bit of momentum to come up and around to center. Let's take a big inhale and exhale. All right, let's go to the other side. So we're going to inhale, lean forward. Hands can stay here as we start to walk ourselves into this twist, or they can come to prayer, twist here. And again, we're not really hooking elbow. We're just helping guide the belly and heart space towards the left this time. Right arm comes down and across. Left arm reaches up or behind, kind of reaching around for that right hip. Roll the shoulder open. Staying here. Trying to keep the knees facing forward. So we're not trying to come out of the chair like this. We want to stay firmly grounded, twisting through the core. Press into the leg. Help find that twist. Reach up, 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 up. Roll the shoulder of the arms behind. Stay for another breath. And then let's come on out of it. We can come up, twist through center, and inhale. Good, let's forward fold. Over the lap, release the neck and shoulders. Let the arms hang heavy or grab onto opposite elbows. Breathe into the backside body. And then when we're ready, we'll bring our hands to our knees. We can roll all the way back up to standing. Let's find our mountain pose. All right, so we did sort of open twists. One was more closed through the legs and one was more open. Let's come into a bit of an eagle twist. So to begin with, let's cross the legs in nice and tight. If you're standing doing this, you might be able to even tuck your foot around the back of the support leg. If you're seated in the chair, you may or may not be able to do this. And you may or may not be able to do this depending on your body or the day or the time of day even. So we'll cross our legs in nice and tight, squeezing through the thighs, and then we'll bring our hands shoulder height. Now we have our right leg crossed in front. Let's sweep our right arm underneath, and we have options here. We can reach back for our shoulders, lifting the elbows high, or we can come all the way into our eagle arms where our palms are gonna meet. And we've got this nice twist through the legs and the arms. We wanna lift the elbows high and away from the face as we open up. We'll find a couple of breaths in this big open posture. And on the next exhale, let's start to round down. So drawing the elbows in, splaying the shoulder blades, curling in towards the knees. If you're doing this standing, you're finding balance. If you're doing this on your back, you might even be feeling a little bit of core work as the knees draw in towards the elbows, elbows in towards the knees. Let's stay for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale to come up, release. Keeping the leg crossed, we'll shake up the arms. We're gonna keep legs crossed again. We're gonna change the position here. So we're gonna come in, stretch out the hip. So flex that right foot, just open up the cross. Now we're not in as tight, we're opening up, creating a bit of space here. Hands can come onto the shins. We can sit up nice and tall and stay as we are, or lean forward with a nice tall spine, or maybe even lean forward, round through the spine, reaching down towards the mat, depending on where you want to feel more stretching sensation. I'm going to stay up with a nice tall spine, and it's as if I'm trying to pull my heart center forward towards the camera. I find that gives me a nicer stretch down the outside of the hip here. Wherever we are, we're going to stay for 3, for 2, and 1. Let's come on up. Good. All right, let's release. We can shake out the legs, can shake out the arms, and we'll come into our eagle pose on the other side. So this time we'll lift and cross the left leg over top of the right, squeeze the thighs in nice and tight. See if we can really get that nice tight squeeze. We'll bring our arms up shoulder height, sweep the left arm underneath this time, grabbing onto shoulders, but lifting elbows high and opening up, or coming into our eagle arms. Same thing, lifting elbows high, pulling the palms away from the face, open up. Finding a nice big opening here, but squeezing through the limbs, open through the heart space. And exhale, round down. Splay the shoulder blades. Breathe into the backside body. Let's inhale to come up. Release the arms, give them a little shake, and reposition the leg into that nice wide figure 4. Again, you can be standing, you might be on your back doing this one, and you'll thread the needle there, or you'll be with me seated up nice and tall, taking an exhale to hinge forward. You may want to round down, reaching for the floor, or you might want to stay nice and long through the spine, reaching the heart center forward as the hips kind of reach back. Staying in our stretch here for 3, for 2, and 1. Good. Let's lift on up. Uncross the legs, shake them out. Good, let's take a couple of breaths. Inhale here. Exhale. And again, inhale. Exhale. Okay, let's stretch out the back of the legs a bit. Depending on the type of chair you have, you could do both legs at once, hinging forward. My chair makes me feel like I'm gonna fall forward, so I'm gonna do one at a time. So I'm gonna step my right leg out in front of me and use my left leg as support here as I square off the hips and hinge forward. So right away, the toes are flexing back towards my face. I can feel a nice stretch down the hamstring. You might want to play with pointing and flexing the toes depending on the whatever position you're in here, and bending and straightening the knee even as well. And then let's come on up. Let's just switch sides. Or if you are in the double leg, taking a break maybe, or staying where you are. Inhale here, right leg supporting, hinging forward, down left leg, toes are flexing. Looking for stretch down the back of the leg or legs. Playing with pointing and flexing. Squaring off the hips and staying for 3. For 2. And 1. Come on up. Okay. Let's just do one little front of the leg stretch for the quads. I'm going to turn sideways on my chair so that I can come into either a lunge stance here, where we're going to feel bending the knee and feel a nice stretch down the quad. Or again, depending on your chair and where you are in your practice, you might want to reach back for the ankle, point the knee down towards the mat, and find a quad stretch that way. So the leg can be lifted or lowered in this sort of 90 degrees here. Tilt the pelvis under. So trying to stretch out the front of the leg. Option as well to straighten and bend through the knee if that feels best for you, but keep tilting the pelvis to sit up nice and tall. Really increase the stretch here. Those are your options. I'm going to reach back for my foot here. I'm going to point the knee down, tilt my pelvis under, and stay for 3, 2, and 1. Let's release if you've got the foot with a bit of control. Awesome. Kick it forward, shake it out. And I'm just going to turn around and go to the other side. I'm just turning around so that I have room for my, you can step sideways down your chair if that works. It just makes more sense for me in my chair to step this way. So option, remember, we can come into this nice 90 degrees, tilt that pelvis under, so sort of draw the hips up towards the ribs, feel that quad stretch. Option 2, bend and straighten, or reach back for that ankle and let the knee point down, still tilting that pelvis under. Wherever we are, we're going to stay for 3. Stretching out the front of the leg now for 2. And 1. If you've got the ankle, let it go with a bit of control so it doesn't slingshot. Reposition yourself on the chair, facing forward, grabbing your block if you want to plop it under your feet. We're going to start to bring it down and come into our final resting posture. So sitting up nice and tall, or making your way down to your back if that feels all right. Or if you want to use the chair in a different way, you can come into a variation of legs up the wall, lying on the floor, placing the shins up on your chair. So any option where you can spend a few moments of quiet. Hands can come to our lap, again with the option of being turned down or turned up, depending on the energy you're looking to invite at this moment. And eyes can close if that feels comfortable, or turn down towards the floor and just let them rest softly on something nice and still as you scan your body from head to toe. And just noticing if there are any areas you're still holding on to any tension, and just breathing a little loving kindness that way. Shavasana is the time for our physical and energetic bodies to absorb all that good work we just did and turn it into something magical, like creating our flow state. It's a time for integration and rest, and know that rest is different from sleep and that we need both every day. And we should never pass up an opportunity to just rest and do nothing. And as always, practicing through the video. If you want to continue in your Shavasana, your rest, by all means press pause or let the video just play out and stay exactly as you are. If you're ready to move on with your day or evening, go ahead and bring a bit of movement back to your body, inhaling, deepening the breath, maybe wiggling fingers and toes, maybe circling those wrists and ankles. You could choose to stretch long or curl into a little ball. Then we can all meet in a comfortable seated position where hands can rest on our lap, over our heart space, or in prayer if you're comfortable with that. I want to thank you so much for allowing me into your private yoga practice spaces and for allowing me to be your guide through these poses. I hope that you did find a sense of flow and a sense of feeling a little bit lost but in control during the sun salutations. That's flow. And I hope you enjoyed the practice. I can't wait to see you again here next week. Take care. Thank you everyone for joining me as always. I hope it's exactly what you needed, and we'll see you here again next week. Bye.